Alright, we're going to go quick because I don't know how much storage I have. This is a automobile storage battery. It's care and repair. Made by an outfit called Ambu Engineering Institute, Chicago. So this is the best lead acid battery manual I've found. It's also copyright free because it's so old. We're just going to go through it real quick. I'm doing this in 1080p, and so you can just pause it. Turn your YouTube settings up to 1080p and you can pause it and then read it at your own leisure. I'm just going to go through it real quick. This poor book's already falling apart. It's bound in leather, which is something I wasn't expecting. And of course it's dried out and cracking. And so with these old books, you're always struggling to use them because every time you use them, you might be destroying them. But I guess books aren't meant to last forever. I mean, so we'll just go through it real quick here. This is an amazing book because it goes through basically the manufacturer to the repair to the well, shoot, I can go real quick now if I just do 2-page, like that. It goes through everything. These are early lead acid batteries, probably for 6-volt starting cars and things like that. So, but the information is still applicable. Sure, I get that. Just want to go through this really quick. It's over 400 pages. I'm not flipping very fast, am I? So you should be getting this okay. And I don't know whether to back off or not, because yeah, I was amazed. There was an internet reference on another YouTube video. It was, I think it was in Afghanistan or something. They were taking used up lead acid batteries and making them, using the parts and then replacing things and fixing things up and getting them serviceable again. And then someone commented on there that about this manual being available on the internet. On the webpage. So I checked it out, and yeah, it's true, but the webpage is hard to navigate. I'm not saying this is easy to navigate either, but I think that people should be aware of this as a resource. Hopefully my hand's not getting in the way there. And then, of course, if I lose this book, I can just go to my YouTube channel and check out the book there. Yeah, I need more subscribers and stuff on my channel, so it's the only way to grow it. The way YouTube works is they go by the likes and the subscriptions, and then they say to the advertisers, hey, you know, this is a really popular channel, and evidence is all these calling cards people have left with the likes and the subscriptions. So you might want to advertise on this channel, and then with the keywords and all that. It's really a sales job, basically. So anyway, hopefully this is helping you out. I think only a few people will actually struggle to read all this, but I'll tell you, I've never seen a more concise and practical book on this subject. I got a couple newer iterations of making lead acid batteries, but they're not They're not as detailed. The pictures aren't as nice. These are more like engravings, but it's basically a lesson book. I think the Ambu was sort of like a it was a pay as you go or DIY training, so you could become a mechanic. Correspondence school, and they have some other books too, but I don't have them. Hope this is picking up okay. I gotta adjust my hand. I've really got to get a better setup, obviously, but because this is part time, it's not paying that good. I'm not really doing so good. So it says we're at about 6 minutes. So yeah, hopefully you got a decent, at least a 1080p channel coming in so you can see the words. I did that other manual on the alkaline accumulators. I got quite a few views, considering like the subject matter. This is sort of like a companion, you know, the other side. I hope I don't have to keep doing this. If you can see that. I'm using a wonky setup, so if I move the recording device too much, it might really mess things up. Because it'll switch from a letterbox format to a vertical format. Make sure there's at least a couple seconds on each page where my hand's not in the way. I mean, obviously a lot of this is really archaic stuff, but still, where are you going to find a mercury arc rectifier? Oh no, one of these again. Getting that. Alright. That's probably not exactly necessary, but I found that it's easier to move the recording than for most people to move their TVs or their devices. Oh man, they're going to keep hitting me up with these. That's to build the battery platforms, I guess. And then it doesn't want to go in focus. Okay, well, we'll just get a close-in view. We gotta keep going. Are they gonna keep doing that? Oh my. So yeah, if nothing else, it's very thorough. Charging bench, wow. Don't leave anything to imagination. There you go. That one came in okay. So that the other one I did took about 30 minutes, and it was a lot smaller than this one. So I'm a little worried that I'll run out of storage before this is over. And I don't really know exactly how many of these there are. You'll find this too when you make PDFs of books and things. They'll do this to you, and then you're kind of hosed with trying to read it. I like digital books and all, but sometimes it's better to have a hard copy. Gosh, it'll take forever in a day to upload. I'm just going to keep going because they're going to keep hitting me with these, and I can't be moving around that much. I got to just keep chugging, because otherwise I'm going to get through this. And I noticed that broken up videos, people just, they don't, the more parts there are to a video, the less viewers. People just want it all at once. They don't want to get a drip. Takes some sensitive fingers to know that a page is stuck on another page, I'll tell you. It's a skill I have. I'm just going to keep rolling. I hope it came out okay. Talk about shop equipment. Now that came out crap. Come on. Let's get back on the... Okay. Hopefully that sort of deal's over. We can just keep rolling. I don't see too many people doing this, taking old books and just flipping through them. Copyright-free books. I may be one of the few that do it. Well, first of all, this information is so arcane now that who's going to want to see it? I mean, really. And then the exposure to lead and all that too. It's pretty heavy duty exposure. And if you're hard up, maybe you'd do it all, but we're living in pretty good times where you can pretty much order anything you want. But who knows how long that'll be. Like you see these post-apocalypse movies where they're running vehicles. Those vehicles need some way to start up, so that presumably if everything was correctly predicted, you also have to make up some kind of battery, get the starting battery, get those vehicles moving. And it'd be information like this that would allow people to get to that state. Because even though they're old and heavy, lead-acid batteries are pretty simple compared to other batteries. They're just general purpose batteries, maybe it'll suit you just fine. Rental batteries. Now, I haven't had a chance to read all this yet, so maybe in the future I'll sit down and read it all. I'm slowing down. It'd be kind of cool to find one of those speed readers and see if they can speed read off a 1080p recording. Because you kind of wonder, you know, if you're to actually pause this, it's basically picture, 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 you know, a moving picture. And if you had somebody with the ability to read quickly, it would just be like reading a moving picture. I mean, I can speed read the titles. Mind you, I'm looking through a touchscreen here, trying to keep everything lined up. I'm not actually looking at the book. I think with my other recording on the alkaline accumulators, I did look at the book. A little bit of offset. Should we get all that? I guess I've seen scan books in libraries, and you see the technicians. Sometimes you see their hand on the book because they're just getting so bored and exhausted and aggravated. I'm starting to feel a little bit of that here. It's like their hand will be like obscuring a portion of the text. It's like, well, why don't you just leave your autograph in there too? Okay, we're I think about halfway through. That's good, but we need to hook up the speed up. Skip a page. I don't think we did. Getting sloppy. So how would you read on this? I mean, you basically have to pause it every time. Holy crap. That's just a service record. You can look at it on your own time. I gotta keep moving. Yeah. Maybe batteries are so pricey back then they'd just rent them out. They're still pricey though. Holy smokes. This is stock keeping. Interesting. So it's teaching how to run a business, which is pretty cool. It's a little unexpected bonus. Yeah, this is getting tedious. Yeah, I know if I quit, I won't get back to it. I've quit some other projects and I don't get back to them, so I gotta keep moving. Ooh, troubleshooting. What's wrong with the battery? Yeah, so this is back when people had homesteads and A lot of people had Jacobs windmills or something like that, wind generators, and they made their own electricity to use on their own. So this is a rebuilding. Some wild stuff. That's a big old battery. I've seen batteries like that in modern day. They're for school buses and farm equipment and stuff like that. But yeah, the thing about the lead acid batteries is they're eating themselves alive, and that's what Thomas Edison was aggravated about. And he did the nickel iron batteries. Um, so yeah, it's. I was talking to this one guy, acquaintance of mine, and there's some nickel cadmium batteries located, and I'm like, well, you might want to get some of these. He's like, nope, nasty cadmium, and I realized sometime before that, but I was telling him that for myself, I'm pretty much battery agnostic. I want to learn all the different chemistries and the different applications of all the different batteries because it's better to be well-rounded than one-trick pony. Because sometimes, since batteries are so expensive, if you have the ability to work with what you got and maybe work with stuff that people don't want, you might come out ahead. Versus someone that could only handle one chemistry iteration. I hope it doesn't lead to some horrible medical malady because I've been around stuff that is known to be carcinogens, but you don't live forever. I've pretty much reached my half-life anyway. I don't think I'm going to live too long, honestly. So I'm about halfway to the grave if you do the math. So we'll see. That could bring us up other questions. Like, if you know you don't have all the time in the world, do you want to play around with old technologies that are really labor intensive? And so it takes a certain kind of person to want to go that far. That's for sure. Just keep going. But yeah, this manual is really nice. I mean, so these are the capacities of batteries that are no longer made. So I don't know. Ouch. My hand's going to sleep here. So hopefully you got that if you needed it, because I gotta keep moving here. I think this is the different. Well, I bet if you were restoring a vehicle from that era, this would be pretty handy dandy. I mean, you're probably going to use like a replica battery, obviously, but you never know. Um, when I get into the 400s, then I think this book's around almost 500 pages. I'm gonna hurry up. Then get this uploaded. And then the other thing too is if you find anything in here of interest, you can probably search on the internet and get obviously more updated or alternative renditions of the information. I was doing that the other day with the Ion engine. It's a type of rocket engine, basically, that is available to spacecraft, and it's functional in a vacuum just fine. And so I was looking up that and putting in keywords on the search engine, and I found all kinds of interesting technical websites and stuff, especially from universities like University of Michigan, and I was learning about that. It was pretty interesting. I'd love to go back. See, everything for me is time-based. Like, if I could be self-supported, be like a big-time YouTuber or something, and make most of my income from home, then I would be putting out videos like you wouldn't believe. Because this is part-time, I'm limited to casual videos occasionally. Farm money. Now we're getting into the household use. So you occasionally read stories on the internet about batteries in glass jars, and I think it's basically these lead acid batteries, because I haven't seen any nickel iron in these old jars. Nickel iron's always been cased up in steel cases with nickel plated coats on the steel, and then something called esbeline or equivalent thereof on top of that, like a black tar coat, black thick non-conducting paint, non-reactive, non-conducting, but always chipping off paint. You're supposed to replace that occasionally. Man, I'm getting drowsy. I use kerosene heating during the winter. If you use it too much, you might put yourself to sleep. It's kind of dangerous. I'm also heating up a can of salmon. It was discounted because it's made in China or something. People didn't want to buy it, so I bought it. I had couple few others and been okay. So hopefully it'll be alright. Food Club brand pink salmon. Are we almost done here? Holy smokes. I guess if this is the only book you had, it's a good book to have. And because it goes over so much things, you didn't even know the questions to ask. Uh-oh, we got the page sticky together. Syndrome. Oh, I can pause this? Oh, I might pause it. No. I'm using the app to record this. It seems it worked good last time. Let me pause it.